Hi, welcome to One More Today. I'm Sophie, your co-pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our 炸. Okay, so yesterday we talked about Chinese 4-character description of this moment of eureka. So in Western, we have this eureka story, right? Inspiring for generations of people coming up with their ideas. And it's not planned. It's really all of a sudden you got the inspiration. Your light bulb goes up. That's the moment of eureka. And in Chinese, we use 灵光乍泄. 乍 is like all of a sudden, unplanned, unpredictable. Like it's out of your power. You can only wait for it to occur, which may never occur. But this 灵光 is your divine light in your mind, all of a sudden shows. So in that sense, the light bulb, the lighting image used for new ideas, like that's shared by both cultures. So today we talk about different kind of 炸. Oh, I forgot to highlight the 炸. 春光乍泄 is a type of another type of light all of a sudden. And instead of a 泄, which is a occur related to lighting, this is a 泄, which related to water. Okay, so 春, I forgot to put a 春 image here. 春 is the spring. So 春 is the first season of the year. And it's so impactful because after long winter, finally things get back to life. And you're going to start, you're almost like given a new chance to live again, in the sense of going through the cycles of seeing your plant growing. It's a farming society. So springtime is busy time because you start planting, planning probably, and do a lot of praying for the good year to occur. Everything like a weather condition wise, like you're primed to have a good harvest that year. So 春 starts with this sun symbol. So it's when the sun shows up earlier, gives more lighting. So that's the first condition, right, for anything to grow. And then the top portion is simplified. It was, a bunch of plant-looking thing on the top. That means you have the sun, and then your plants start to grow. That's the moment how in Chinese culture spring is defined. You have more sun and things are growing. So that's 春. 光, same thing, light. We have this fire structure and then we have the sparkles on the side. So that's our light. 炸, same, right? All of a sudden stop or all of a sudden dead. That's the change of state. That's the kind of sudden, the changing point. 泄, we have the water sign and we have the pronunciation maker. Okay, so meaning maker, sound maker, and sound maker, the shi we talked before, right? It means generation. And for Chinese culture, 30 years is one generation. I mean, that's the maximum time allowed for you to reproduce, make the next generation. Okay, it's a thing if you're child without children, without offspring. Okay, back in Chinese culture, old time Chinese culture. So we have water. This means divulge, means water cannot hold up anymore. It start to overflow, overspill, that kind of image. We often use 泄洪. So when flooding happens, you have the bank to hold the flood coming in. At some point, it cannot hold anymore. And then someone has to make some tough decision where to flood, where to let that water go. So at that moment, and then some, gate open and the water already pent up inside the bank are going to rush out. So that's a kind of 泄 we often use. And of course, there are some other applications of this character, but 春光乍泄, when we have a spring light coupled together is not exactly as innocent as it looks. It got a sexual connotation because in English, I know the expression like spring fever. That's the phenomenon when animals just try to reproduce, right? You hear all kinds of, I guess, sounds or chemicals in the air that things are growing, things are trying to mate, to reproduce. That's connected with spring. And here is another crossover in the Eastern, in Chinese culture as well, chun, because things are growing, things are blooming, things are in its prime time. So it's the best time to reproduce. So it adopt also the sexual connotation of, if you say chun guang, it's related to budding, right? It's something blooming. So if it's budding, okay, it's showing your beauty, right? Showing your beauty. And then the next step would be get pregnant. I mean, for me, it's get pregnant, or for the other party, the opposite gender will be trying to impregnate somebody. So that's the kind of spring light we're talking about. Here, I'm using, you see, 春光乍泄. It's a stylized Chinese movie title. And it's a different spelling of 泄, but this is also a sound maker. And it's about the same meaning. So 春光乍泄 was used as a Chinese title of this famous Hong Kong movie director by two very famous Hong Kong actors playing a gay couple. And the title translated English as Happy Together. I mean, just, it's a simple two Chinese characters. And we use this full of sexually charged connotation to mean, well, the kind of passion between the two men, this couple. There, of course, there are a lot of struggles, there are a lot of dramas in it, but we get the idea of people in their prime time, their springtime, they're budding, and they are seeking their partners to have a happy time together. That's 春光乍泄. Cash into the currency of thinking by just one word a day with me, Sophie. See you another day.